Welcome to News of the North. I'm Nancy Vogt, and I'm at Pine River-Backus High School sitting in Lynn Wangberg's class. And she was earlier this week named the Pine River-Backus Teacher of the Year for 2013. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And can you tell us a little bit about where was the ceremony, or where did you find out you were named Teacher of the Year? Was it in front of all the students?
It was not in front of all the students. Dawn Bergerson, our PRBEA representative, had handled all of that, and she actually came to my room, so I wasn't totally surprised about it. I was, however, surprised about the output of great wishes and congratulations. It was just really humbling because you just don't even realize how important it is until something like this happens to you. So when we had the luncheon on Monday, I had already known, but still tears came to my eyes, and you're just so overwhelmed with emotion. Because it's such an honor.
Well, that's neat to be singled out by your peers.
Absolutely. So
tell us a little, what do you teach at Pine River-Backus, and how long have you been with the district?
I actually started out as a sub, so I have a real soft spot in my heart for substitute teachers. My husband and I moved here with our little son so he could work at Houston Ford, and then I started subbing and went back for my elementary degree because I realized I really liked elementary kids. So I originally got hired full-time in, I think it was 1989, something like that. And I worked in Backus, over at the Backus Elementary School. After a few years, they needed to lose an elementary teacher there and gain a high school teacher down here. So I moved down to the high school, where I started with mostly 7th and 8th grade elective type classes. After Jackie Bruns moved into the curriculum director, I moved into the 8th grade English. So I've been teaching 8th grade English for probably 20-some years, and then I got 7th grade, and this year I got handed a class of 12th graders, which is pretty different.
Interesting. So 12th graders that you had when they were
Which is the really funny
graders.
part, and when they came in the room, they almost sat where they used to sit, except now they're 6 feet tall when they used to be 4'2". So it is kind of fun connecting with them again after all these years.
And you do something special that ties with our newspaper, the Pineandlakes Echo Journal, which formerly the Pine River Journal. And can you explain what you do with your classes with that?
Well, it started out that I thought I got some free newspapers every week, and I thought I really need to do something every week because it's so great that we get these in our classroom. So I just started out by having them read it. Well, kids, they're not really going to read it. So I thought, how can I really get them looking through the articles, at least looking at the headlines? So I came up with this idea of having a scavenger hunt. So I would ask a question like, name 2 new babies in the area, or name your favorite car that's for sale. So they actually had to go through the newspaper. I believe it was Chris LaPella that got wind of this and decided to put the picture of the cat, a picture of Erma, which was your mascot cat, and hid it. And it's just so fun and so funny. I'll never forget one time when we used to have a homecoming parade, there was a gal riding a horse with a saddle horn. And there was Erma just hidden, just right on top of that saddle horn, and we laughed. Sometimes it'll be, on somebody's shoulder, but the kids, the first thing they do is, it's number one question every week. They just look for that Erma right away. In fact, some of the kids that get the paper often look for it Wednesday night or Thursday night ahead of time. Okay. So we've just had more fun with that. And I always tell them, at the very least, a person should know what's going on in their town. They might not know what it is or exactly, but they go through that newspaper and they do know more than they probably would have normally done. So we have a great time with it.
Well, we appreciate that, because that's why we put the community newspaper out, and the younger you can get kids reading it, the better. One last question with your English class. You have a Holocaust project that you're proud of. Can you tell me about that?
That's probably the thing that sticks out most in the mind of the kids that have graduated, because I've been doing it quite a few years, but each year it just amazes me because it just gets bigger and better. Just when I think, oh my gosh, nobody can outdo this group, the next group comes along. It's almost like a competition. But we've had things like one year we had Dachau concentration camp, a replica of it that was huge, and little barbed wire fences and little tiny guns. But they have to do a research paper on the project as well. But it's one of the few times lately that they do not really use technology. It's not a PowerPoint. It's all a hands-on thing, and often the parents and brothers and sisters are involved. So it's just blown into just a huge thing that the kids remember. Plus, I think it's a great learning experience because they can pick their own topic, which makes them want to do it more. And then they go from there. They just go to town on that. And we can go anywhere from fashion of the 1940s to Dachau or Auschwitz to Anne Frank. It can be basically anything that goes along with either World War II or the Holocaust. So the kids have just,
Right.
I just am amazed every single year. It's really one thing that I'm probably most proud of.
Okay, and what a great way to learn, hands-on learning, and it's going to stick with them because they've had so much fun with the project.
Exactly. That when seniors come back, they'll go, I remember that Holocaust project that I did. Did you save it? And I kind of, well, I try to save some of them, but for lack of room. But I do, and the whole school's really good about, or all the teachers are really good about making sure the kids go to it. So pretty much every probably 6th through 12th grader walks through which is March 6th, by the way.
I was going to ask that. We may have to
we
come
tied
and
it in
cover
with
that.
parent-teacher conferences. We thought we'd leave it up. And we thought, what a great way, since you're here anyway, if you didn't get a chance during the day, because so many people work, they could go through it. So it will be March 6th of right during and after parent-teacher conferences.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations again. And
Thank you.
We will see you next week.
Thank you very much.